Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking to our distinguished guest today, Mr. Nadeem Qadir, the Press Minister at UK High Commissioner of Bangladesh. Nadeem, you don't mind?
Of course, go ahead.
Your book, I know it's not here on the table, but this Realities of Democracy and Crises, and possibly it was written against the background of the events in Bangladesh,
Yes.
wasn't it?
It was the end of the period of covered the Ershad period and the end of the Ershad's regime and the return of democracy in Bangladesh.
Yes. Was it a collection of your columns? Or was
No, this was not. This was my reports that I've been doing for AFP. It was, I collected those reports, analyzed them, did some homework, and did some little more research, and then put them together.
So, what did you come out? What was your deduction?
No, my deduction was that we, as a nation, we need to be united. Our objective should be to have a prosperous Bangladesh, as emphasized by our father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. And he is, I believe, should be above any politics.
Right.
And that was the thrust. And I think there were difference of opinion in almost everything. That should not be, because whether you're in the opposition or in the treasury, there should be issues where you agree for the betterment of the country and for its people. And that's what I found out, that the challenges were that we had disagreed more than agreed.
Right. And what was the response?
Well, I was a very young writer at that point when it was published. It was published by one of the academic publishers, a well-known publishing house for serious books. And everyone thought, he's so young, what does he know? Well, and what has he written? So that was the initial reaction. And but when the reviews started coming out, especially when I got my review in the Daily Star newspaper, that was good. Dhaka Courier, I remember, did a Afsan Chaudhry did a review of it. And I was pleased myself. I didn't expect that good of review. So, as I said, they also tried to find out that what were the challenges. And that was the focus. And they appreciated it. But, of course, I was a young writer. I needed to do more research and more information should have been given there. So that was things that were missing. But as a starter, I was not disappointed when there were critics there, because I'm happy that people read the book.
Right.
And because they read the book, they were critics.
If you had the time, would you rewrite the book again?
I'll try, yes, because we have gone through challenging times, and there are interesting episodes, and I would love to recollect them, and I do try to keep some notes here and there. So if there is time, if Allah keeps me alive, maybe, yes.
Inshallah. Inshallah. In Fool's Paradise, a collection of your columns.
Yes.
And also My Beautiful Bangladesh, which I think you've got here.
Yeah, I would like to talk about this book specially.
Right.
If I may show it to the reader.
Can we focus
yes.
on the book?
And I think this is a coffee table book of a different kind. And
is it full of pictures?
It's full of my essays about people, individuals, about places in Bangladesh, to tell the world that Bangladesh is not a country of poverty or floods or political unrest.
Right.
It is much more than that. It is a beautiful Bangladesh. And this is my third edition, which was published this year and launched by our Honorable President Abdul Hamid. This basically takes the readers to a very different picture of Bangladesh, which I think should be with the people who come and visit Bangladesh. People who don't want to visit Bangladesh should read this book, or books like this, because we have much more to offer than the image that. So this is kind of an attempt to break the mindset the Western world has about Bangladesh.
Right.
I even find that in the British press, there are issues that are always, I know negative news as a journalist, I know negative news sells more, but there are also good things happening in Bangladesh. We have women pilots, we have a war woman, Firdausi Priyobhashini, one of the most leading sculptors now in the country. There's a story about her. And when I used to work for the Reader Digest magazine, Shweta Cypriot Bhashani was a hero of the magazine in 1 month. And so there are people like that who have survived the war, who have come out to the world saying, okay, I was raped by the Pakistani army, but I'm proud that I'm still, I fought for this country, I've survived, and I'm giving back to my nation what
I
I've
have picked up, I stand up again, and then I'll fight on. And
absolutely.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, you said the positive side, that has to be highlighted.
Yes. That's one of my job here, I think.
Yes, that's it. That's it. This is what I think I wrote to you, that it's a 2-column inch of damaging news.
Yes.
That comes from Dhaka.
Yes.
Like a building collapse killing 3,000 persons.
And I'm surprised, you know, it happens all around the world. Doesn't the building collapse in the United States? Isn't there terrorism in the United States? Isn't there problems in Britain?
True.
But since the Western media dominates the media, it's very easy for them to look down at us.
Yeah, but sometimes you see, there is the accountability. See. That's what I'm hinting at. See, 3,000 persons die. What happened? We're still waiting.
Yes.
The wheels of law are so slow that we are still waiting.
But
see.
if I can point out that how many years is the British democracy and the British system, and how many years is Bangladesh, and which has a turbulent history. So obviously, these which should have been a priority, took a back seat because of the assassination of the father of the nation in '75, and the coup and the counter coups that followed. And we had a military dictatorship in this country for a long time. Yeah. So naturally, you cannot expect.
But you have got.
But we have
courts of law. You have got judges. You have got munsif. You have got police stations. You have got.
Yes. If you allow democracy to flourish, of course, that is why
who is not allowing?
Well, who is not allowing? That's the interesting question. It's the political parties who do not, as I said before, that there's more disagreements than agreement, because we don't think about the future of the country. We think of ourselves, how to go to power and how to do this. So that's the problem there. And when the military dictatorships are there, from '75 to 1990, there was military dictatorship. And military dictatorship do not bother about your law and order, your accountability. It's a martial law. It's a general's rule. So generals don't care. They rule by the feast.
But I go to Dhaka quite often, and I often hear that people say that a lot of development work was done during the gentleman who is now the
opposition
chairman of the opposition
party. Yes. Well, if you see, I will not deny there was, but what was the development? It was some bridges, some roads, because you must know, as a student of political science, I can tell you that military rulers, one of the first things they do is to improve the road and other communication system, so that if there is another counter coup or the need to move quickly, they can have the access to proper communication. That is why you have seen a lot of roads happening and all that. But one thing that he has done good, I, as a son of a martyr of the '71 war, I appreciate that he built some monuments, historic monuments, that would not have happened before him. It didn't happen. Nobody was bothered. At least General Ershad has done that.
Okay.
So I think that is a point of appreciation that I, as an individual, Nadeem Qadir, would always appreciate about him.
It's so generous of you. In your book, that mention In Fool's Paradise, see, and there's been a collection of columns that you have written
for the Daily Star.
For the Daily Star during 1993 and 96, you see, which covers the period of both Awami League and BNP. See, the lady who reviewed the book in Daily Star, she wrote, and I'm quoting it from there, ironically, after going through the book, one gets the distinct feeling of déjà vu, as one realizes that little has changed in the political scenario. The same political squabbling and political sincerity, I think she meant insincerity, and the same apathy towards real development, and this is the development that you are talking about, are almost identical to those of the present time. See, so this is a perennial problem, perpetual problem. We face it every
But it's changing.
It's changing.
Yes.
Slowly and gradually.
Yes, because there are a lot of obstacles still. As I said, you know, I don't want to discuss a lot of politics because right. I'm now in the government.
Right.
So, but historical facts are facts. And I'd like to highlight that to you and to the viewers, that when democracy returned in '91, that was a new beginning. So for Begum Khaleda Zia, I think it was a period of learning. 96, when Sheikh Hasina became the Prime Minister, it was a period of learning also. Both of them became the first time Prime Ministers during these 10 years. Then the time came that you test their leadership. And I believe that, I don't have to say, the media is there, you know what happened between 2001 and 2006. And after 2 years of caretaker government, military-backed caretaker government, the Awami League, under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, came back to power. I find, not because I'm a part of her government now, but as a journalist, I can vouch that to you that she is definitely a leader to reckon with now. You can when the World Bank brought allegations of corruption, but could never prove yet, despite the fact the Canadian court wanted World Bank to submit their whatever hypothetical problem, this corruption allegations they brought. The Prime Minister did not stop there. She said, we don't want the World Bank money, we'll do it ourselves. And the work on the Padma Bridge has started. Both ends of the approach roads have almost finished. The real work is starting. So that is it, you know. That's the maturity, that's an example of the maturity of a leadership. And
well, that's the spirit, isn't it? I mean, when we...
And as you said, when you're referring to my book, the same squabbling, she has not bothered about the squabbling anymore. Okay, there are political things happening, that she's dealing that with politically, but the nation's development, the objective of delivering to the people is her priority. And that's what she is doing. And we must appreciate whatever political color we believe in.
Okay. We need to take a break again, and then when we come back, we'll definitely talk about Bangladesh, because we can't talk in vacuum, can we?
No, you're most welcome.
So we will. Not that much of politics, but definitely about your writings.
Sure, I love that.
We all do. Thank you for being with us. We'll come back after this short commercial break. Thank you.
Time runs out.